What is up, everybody? I'm Jared, and I'm back with my core four of MLB picks for Prize Picks. If you're new here, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That way we know that you're following along with the picks. Also helps you to get notified when these shows are posted. Also, if you're not currently playing on Prize Picks and you want to give that site a try, there's no better time than now. Go ahead and sign up there today using promo code WINDAILY. Get you 100% deposit match up to $100. We'll also go ahead and throw in a free 60-day trial period of Win Daily Gold. Get you access to our Discord, get you access to our daily articles. So go ahead and sign up there today using promo code Win Daily. So it is Monday. Normally means we have less games to deal with. This Monday is no different. I'm going to really be focused on the night games. I believe it's a 7-game slate. Let's go ahead and jump in. The first one that I'm going to be going with is we're going to go with this guy named Mike Trout. Let's go ahead and pull him up. We're going to be going with his 8.5 hitter fantasy score. If you've been following my articles for stacking, I have been stacking against the A's nonstop. They are atrocious. Their pitching is even worse than atrocious. It's April 24th, and they already have a negative 103 run differential. For context, the worst team last year, I believe, was like 252. They are on an epic pace. They may break a record. So I would recommend using bats against them all day long. It's not going to always work. Mike Trout could get us a goose egg today. He could strike out 3 times. Anything can happen. It's baseball. But the odds are telling me that he's going to have a monster night tonight. The A's get to take on Ken Waldichuk. He's just not a good pitcher. He's thrown a couple better games in his last 2 starts, but I think there's mirage right there. I'm just going to be using bats against the A's regardless of who the pitcher is on the mound. They have nothing to work with. Trout this year, just like years past, he's been crushing lefties. His WOB is up. His WOB is over 400. I believe it's at 406 versus them this season. I'm not going to overthink this one with Trout. He's going to have a monster night. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take Waldichuk or one of the guys in the bullpen deep tonight. I have him at 16, so we're going to go with the over. The next one that we're going to go with is I'm going to go down to Byron Buxton and his 7.5 hitter fantasy score. Let's go ahead and pull him up. Yeah, so we'll go with the 7.5. The Twins get a nice matchup against Johnny Brito. So far, he hasn't been great. And it's really been the righties that have been knocking him around. He's been really good against lefties, really bad against righties. Righties have a 440 WOBA against him this season and a 286 ISO. Also, if we look at the strikeout rate, he's striking out righties at a 13% clip. He's striking out righty or lefties over 21% of the time. So he's really struggling against same-handedness. So I'm going to attack him with one of the better righties in the league, in Byron Buxton. Biggest knock on Buxton, he's never been able to stay healthy. So far this season, he's been staying healthy. And he's also been strong against righties. So we're going to go ahead and go with the over. I have him at 12 points tonight. Really like this spot for him. The next one that we're going to go with is we're going to go with Hunter Renfroe and his – sorry, I spelled that wrong. And his half run. Renfroe is one of the biggest signings for the Angels this offseason, and he's been off to a great start. Just like Trout, this is a great spot for him. He's been absolutely amazing against lefties this season. His ISO is over 300 against them, and his WOB is pushing 600. He's just been crushing them. He'll continue to crush them. He's set for a monster night. He's one of my home run calls of the night, just like Trout. So he's definitely scoring a run tonight. So we're going to go with the over on Hunter Renfroe. The last one that we're going to go with is we're going to go with Ketel Marte and his half run. Vegas is really expecting a lot of runs in this game. I believe the implied total is over 10 combined for this one. Really not great pitching in this one. We have Brad Keller going against Tommy Henry. The ERA this season hasn't been awful for Keller, but his xFIP is almost 2 runs higher than his ERA. Normally that indicates that a pitcher is pitching a little bit better than he really should be. With Marte, he's a team leader in runs. He's up to 15 on the season. They're expected to score over 5 runs tonight. So if they do score 5 runs, you can absolutely expect Marte to be in the middle of it. Scored five runs last week. Wouldn't be surprised to see him score more this week against a bad Royals team. So we're going to go with the over on Marte and his half run. So to recap, going with the over on Mike Trout and his 8.5 hitter fantasy score. Going to go with the over on Byron Buxton and his 7.5 hitter fantasy score. Going to go with the over on Hunter Renfroe and his half run. We're going to go with the over on Marte and his half run. So that's our core for today. If you end up using them, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That way we know that you're following along. Also, if you have any questions about your own picks, just make sure to drop some notes in the comments. Always happy to answer any questions that you may have. Good luck, everybody. Let's go 4-0.